Citizens of the world, it's time to build an empire on the back of a train, and this one just intrigued me. This is some early demo build of Steel Artery. Train City Builder is what it's calling itself, but you know me, I have a very strict definition of city builders, so I will be judging whether this is a city builder or a colony sim. But main point is, it looks like it's got some nice pixel art, and it's a building game. And I'm intrigued, so I'm going to be jumping into it. Let's click on New Game, Campaign. Our train is going to be called Dwellmond. Start a new game. Now this is an early build. It's not finished. It's just a kind of a demo. And I see I am blocking certain things, so let me go ahead and move myself over to here. And that seems to be where it's... No, wait, I did it wrong. I want to flip horizontal. So I go, oh, I'm over here. I don't know if these buttons on the left are important, but we'll find out. There we go. I'm on this side now because that information seems important. Welcome to Steel Artery Train City Builder. This is my first time kind of jumping in and properly looking at it because I'm just interested in. Unlike other games, you can't directly control the creatures. Oh, Majesty style. They are fully autonomous and make their own decisions. Even less control than Majesty, I think. We can't start the train journey yet. First, we need to build it and provide the colony with everything it needs for survival. To do this, complete the task in the top left corner of the screen. Close this window with escape or right mouse button. Okay, so oh, you can look up as well? You can look up surprisingly high. Like, how tall... Oh, we can zoom out as well. Okay, we've got an environment. Okay, open the guide by pressing V. Game controls. Study the game controls. Sure. I think it's the usual. Q, middle mouse button, copy, selects blueprints. Okay. Freeze camera during movement. Okay. Sure. I studied the controls. How tall is the train going to be? I don't know. What's the maximum? Can the train be this tall? It would be crazy, right? But it is a city builder on a train, so like maybe we can build this tall. And it's just moving along like a giant wall. Okay. If you completed the task too quickly, you can zoom in pretty far as well. I didn't have time to read the hints. There's a label, view previous mission at the bottom of this panel. I see. Place a gate, blueprint, new task. So we are supposed to press B for building. Okay, so that's the UI behind me right now. Infrastructure. And we are placing a gate right there. Easy enough. Good. Unpause the game with space, and off they go. So the UI I'm blocking generally looks like temporary UI. It's just like these sort of straight menus like that. And then like infrastructure just puts up another menu there. So I'm not blocking anything interesting. That's the important information over there. So then they go ahead and build the gate. Okay, nice. I appreciate the details on the animation. Like when it comes to art style, I know some of you hate pixel art, some of you love pixel art. Whether you hate it or love it, like you can judge the quality of it and the effort that goes into it and the execution of it. Like these animations are pretty smooth. Like when they're breathing and stuff, the hair is actually flopping a little bit. Like those are little details that take effort to put in. Build a toilet in the marked area. B. It is services, toilet, right here. So this is a bunch of details. Thankfully, I'm not blocking these when they pop up. So this is good. All these stats are simulated. Good to know. Building a toilet. Run the game. So checking the stats on this very obviously temporary UI. Health, food, drinks, energy, toilet, hygiene, happiness. Sure. So it's essentially like sim stats, but for your entire population, as far as I can tell. Current population is 11. 0 cabins, 9 workplaces. Sure, there are speed controls up here. Build 3 ladders in the marked area. Build. Structure. Ladder. Okay. I assume this will be somewhat like oxygen not included, but on a moving train. Okay, we can speed it up pretty quick. Nice. And then a block can be a wall, floor, or ceiling. Ah, okay. So build, structure, block. So we're just building a floor like that. Pay attention to the different colors of blueprints. Hover your mouse over a blueprint to see its status. Draft, built, okay. Constructing, performing, okay. Build 4 frames in the marked area. So frames are side walls. Okay, so they're walls. Structure, frame, like this. So you do have to build the back wall there. And then we want a carrier station. Carriers also transport resources between warehouses and consuming buildings. So this is infrastructure, carrier station, right there. Building on the 2nd floor. So this is the main resource pile. Okay, we got a lot of resources in there. Build a construction station. Okay, pay attention to construction costs. Bottom left corner. Changes depending on the number of holes behind the building since... Oh, frames are built automatically. I see. Oh, I see. So this is carrier station. So I can copy it like that. So I could copy it like that. Nice. And then I want to build a construction station there. Like that. It's been 5 minutes. Final verdict if this is a colony builder or colony sim. I'm leaning colony sim rather than city builder. But let me see if we place beds. That's important. Find the forbidden building zone. To do this, select any blueprint for a building and pay attention to the rectangle in the sky. This is the maximum build height. Is there a stability mechanic? I wonder if there's a stability mechanic. Can you just build a single pillar up there? Build a chassis. Time to expand. Locomotion section. While the chassis is being built, click on it and study the contents. So build locomotion chassis. So this is, oh, okay, it's a whole section like that. It said light chassis supports 10 tiles. Okay. So there's some things that have limit on how much can be supported, but if it supports number of tiles, you can build tall rather than wide. Like we can build 10 tiles straight up. Okay, there's like a loading bar on the construction. Build a drinking barrel. The drinking barrel will allow creatures to satisfy their thirst. So this should be under services? Yes, I guess correctly. So these are my total resources. Build a treasury, similar to a carrier station, but its employees deal with the movement of money. Ah, okay. So this probably functions somewhat like those colony sims where each individual has money. It should be services. No? Infrastructure? Treasury. So each person, each citizen of our train city has stuff. Dragor Everbloom. I can tell them to sit down. Health, food, drinks, energy, toilet, hygiene, happiness. I think that matches this stuff here. Under threat of dismissal. So there's a pressure if they slack off too much. There's a pressure gauge. Movement, vitality, manual work, intellectual work, creative work, magic work, death chance. 98 coins. So they have individual monies. Build a shower. That should be services. Yes. So they have... You were just thinking about Sim Tower. This does feel a little like that. Yeah. Build an eatery here, where I built the walls. So this should be services, eatery. So placing this will be cheaper here because the back wall has already been built, right? Yeah. Select the meat recipe. Meat. Byproducts, waste. Okay, the simulation is starting to get price 9 coins. Okay. Prepare a platform on the second. I could just copy this and then do this. So if an individual runs out of money, they actually cannot buy food. So you are simulating a proper economy in games like these. In terms of building, where do people sleep? Small cabin? So the question is a small cabin considered a house or a bed? That's a very important distinction in determining whether this is a city builder or a colony sim. Build 3 small cabins and extend the ladder. Okay, so do that, and then small cabin. You'd like to start shoveling coal into the engine? We don't even have an engine yet. Oh, we're not a train. We're just some structures on wheels. Small cabin. So they're assigned to people, yes. Energy, happiness. Do I have a sponsored link for this game? I'm not sponsored. Build a cleaner's station. Carriers don't do the dirty work. Cleaners do that. That makes sense. Services? No. Infrastructure. Place 3 warehouse blueprints. There? So on the right panel, you see glass. Where's glass? Here, 96. Warehouses are needed to store resources. Note that the starter resource pile doesn't allow you to store resources. You can only take from it. So on the right panel, you see glass 96 out of 0 means you have 96 glass, but no storage for it. Okay, so that would be in warehouse. So I can put the blueprints there without a selected storage type. But I'm pretty sure I have to do this, right? Okay. Select a warehouse storage type coins. So I assume I have to wait for this to build first. Draft performing. So it's being built when it's green. Storage type not chosen. This can be coins. Okay. And it shows coins in there? Okay. Byproducts are not thrown outside the train because all resources are useful and will be used to build a closed, efficient ecosystem. So you want a storage for dirty water. And a storage for waste. This is not alphabetical. Okay. I assume it's by order of importance. Okay, you can see like gold being moved around. There's a lot of visual detail here. Like, in terms of what's what. Yeah, build the blocks and the ladders for the warehouse yourself, yep. Can I do this? Can I then just have another ladder up there? And then fill this with frame. Fill the empty space under the warehouse with waste with frames. I'm unsure what it's saying. Fill the empty space under the warehouse with waste with frames. Oh, was I not supposed to build these blocks? I see. How do I demolish things? Building, demolish. There's buildings above. Have I broken the tutorial? Oh no, it just hadn't built the warehouse, I see. Let's build a platform for a new building using one ladder cell as a foundation. Like this. I didn't realize the warehouse just wasn't built. Build 3 blocks. Creatures actively spend resources, especially clean water, so we're preparing a floor for water gatherer house. Okay. I assume we have to build a water gatherer. Infrastructure. Production. Farms? No. Extraction. Water gatherer house. Oh, like this? To block the ladder? The water gatherer house employee goes outside through the gate and looks for water there. After extracting some amount, depending on carrying capacity, they'll bring it to their workplace, and then the carriers will take the water to the warehouse. So they actually step out of the train? Oh, like, or just out into the open like that. The game is very dark at night. I wonder if there's light that you can build. Select extraction recipe, clean water. Yeah, without a selected recipe, the building will not work, as indicated by the purple indicator. So I think that's correct. Not working, no recipe. There we go. Build a hunter's house. Hunter's house. Okay. Like our train's gotten quite sturdy looking compared to the start. Since the hunter's house only extracts 1 resource, it does it automatically. Okay. Can also fill that gap there. I don't like these little gaps in the walls. We'll use them to store, build 2 more warehouse blueprints for clean water and meat. Here, so. There we go, we got like a little ecosystem going. So this is gonna be for meat. This is going to be for clean water. Can I do that right? Did I do it too fast? Might have done it too fast. I change it? Okay, that worked. Change this one to meat then. Meat. I think that menu should be alphabetical. Study the colony status in the lower right corner. Yep, I've done that already. Press F Population stats. Beggars, poor, middle class. Everyone is poor. No, these are middle class. I see. Okay. So there is a class system. Without unpausing the game, place 3 chassis. This way. Freeze the chassis blueprints. Freeze. Stops any activity, including building, demolition, and work. Okay, or Alt and freeze it. After we build the cabin, we'll be able to control the train's movement. Place a driver's cabin. Oh, I see. So that is locomotion, driver's cabin. Freeze the cabin blueprint. Place an engine. Freeze the engine blueprint. Study long-term plans. You've provided the colony with basic needs. Yes, it's not perfect, but now we must complete the nodes responsible for train movement. But our starter resources won't be enough for this, so we must first build a production chain. It's interesting how, like, I'm unsure how this feels. This is a train city builder, but for like the early game, you don't even have a train. You have to build the train and then you start moving. And that might end up feeling pretty good because it's like, okay, we built this train. So we are like actually, like this is our train. We built it from scratch. And then it would provide sort of 2 phases of gameplay. The early game where you're building up until you have a moving train, and then the moving train section. And it can provide some interesting shift in gameplay. But also, I sort of figured we'd be moving by now. But let's see how it goes. We need a miner's house. So that should be extraction, miner's house. Fill in that. Select all extraction recipes except clay. So gold, iron, copper, gem, coal. Have it be built. Like with all the visual detail, it might start to look a little hard to distinguish things apart from each other. Like I really appreciate the detail, but I think the structures need some like brighter standout identifying feature. Like this is the hunter's hut and it looks great, right? There's a lot of detail here. But maybe like the deer is brighter, or maybe there's a sign or something that's just sort of stands out. It's like, okay, that's a hunter. Because if you're just glancing at things, it's like you can't quite tell what's what. 5 more warehouse blueprints. So we want gold ore. Oh, I see. It's telling me to apply the resource to a specific thing. Iron ore, copper ore, gem ore, and coal. Build the chassis yourself. Okay. Okay, extraction status not working. Now it's okay. Okay. We've basically built a truck here. A truck on rails. That's essentially what a train is, isn't it? People just passing out on the floor. Scar Fang Breaker. Yep. We have 37. Our population has been going up. This is definitely more people than we started with. Does this fill up visually based on... Oh, it does. See, there's like a little bar on the water tanks. And the amount of gold. It's currently half full, so that's how it looks. Okay. Note you can also climb the ladder from the side, not just below. Put 2 ladders here? Like that? Why would we build ladders like that? Oh, they can build a little scaffold to reach up there. Build blocks to form a new floor. So we're starting to get all the ore already. Or maybe that's just taking it out of the resource pile. that would make sense. We did start with that stuff, right? We need a lot of storage space. Like, a lot of this train is storage, which I guess is true of most trains. Build 7 small cabins. So you have the ladder like that, I see. Because this certain structures are... Oh, okay. This is gonna be... This is very Tetris. It's like inventory management, but it's your buildings. Build 1 forge workshop. That's kind of big. That would be production, forge workshop. Like, look how much visual detail there is. That, like, I really appreciate the pixel art. There are a few copper ingots in the resource pile. We can use them for copper parts production. Like, I'm unsure. I assume the miner is going off the train. So we're doing here, select production. Iron. Oh, you can select both, I see. So we're producing both. And then we need a foundry. Build, production, foundry. Iron ingots, copper ingots, gold ingots. Build the blocks yourself. Is this okay to do? I guess that still reaches, right? A ladder is a valid foundation tile seems odd. I mean, like, the ladder would come with the wall section behind as well. I mean, using ladders to build stuff and support stuff, I think that's normal in colony sims. So yeah, this game does call itself a city builder. I would lean into this being a colony sim, but it does have a lot more building than the typical colony sim. But I would still label this a colony sim for now. But I don't know what the max population is. Like, if the population gets into the thousands, it could be a thing. 5 more warehouse blueprints? Gold ingots, iron ingots, copper ingots, iron parts. I see how this list is grouped together. Copper parts. Wait for the warehouses to finish building, and that completes the main tutorial. So our train is pretty long now, starting with a single platform. Our population's almost 50. 0 people are dying, though. That's pretty good. I say as we're going through the tutorial. Ah, we're not losing the game. Oh, moving cloud shadows. That's a nice touch on a side-scrolling game. I like moving cloud shadows, by the way. Draft performing draft task. Okay, so it does actually tell you if someone is currently working on this thing. You have completed the main tutorial. Now you are ready to independently develop the train city. You need hints. They won't solve all your problems, but will set direction of development. Continue with hints. Highly recommended. Sure. Create coins and iron plates production in the train's tail. For this, you'll need a press. Don't forget to select both production, recipes, and make... Okay. Disable gold ingots melting in the foundry and enable again. When you disable gold ingots production, they will fall to the ground and be taken to the warehouse. I suppose if there's any in there. Okay, so what I need to do is go to production, a press. And we're doing coins and iron plates. Do the creatures need in order? If something's wrong, you should increase the number of buildings providing services. Yep. Create gears. You need assembly workshop and a warehouse for gears. Production, assembly workshop. I guess I can pop it like there. Gears and a warehouse for gears, which I guess can go here. Woodcutter and cutting workshop. Production. Cutting workshop. Is that okay to do? How big is a woodcutter? Oh, wrong button. Extraction. Woodcutter's house. Not ideal. I don't know if this is traversable. Demolishes control. I don't know how to cancel a current building thing. I don't know if this is traversable. Probably not, but maybe it is. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. What's next? Ceramics and furniture production. We're running out of space. Should I be building up this way? Maybe that would make more sense. So I can probably do this, right? Ceramics and furniture production. Ceramics workshop. Furniture workshop. Draft impossible. Okay. Cancel that. I think that's overloading the train. I guess I can build here, right? Do this, do this, do that. Production. Furniture. Ceramics. Prepare this. Enable clay extraction in the miner's house. Look at this foundry. Okay, okay. We're getting through it. Demolish the resource pile. Because I think it is... I mean, it's still got stuff in there. Hold control and click on the building. Complete additional tutorial. Complete the engine. Prepare the train for the journey. Okay. So, there's still stuff in here. But with... Yeah, I'm waiting... Oh, this is frozen. How do I unfreeze it again? Control click. Alt-click. Alt-right-click. There we go. They can't build these because this is not being built. Absent. So I like the little line which says, which tells you what's happening or not. Then we can, no, right-click. Okay. So now we're getting, so about half an hour into playing. We probably can start moving our train. And although the height limit for building is up there, I think you need like higher level chassis to build up that high. Because once I started going to like a 4th floor, it was like too much. I assume there's, yeah, all of these are basically weight. Yeah, look at all this pixel art. It's nice. I'm not expecting it all to be animated right now, but it would be really cool if they got it animated. That'd be nice. Like if all these structures were actually moving and stuff. It might add to the visual clutter, but I think it'd be good. Draft task. So they're building this. So what is... We need iron parts. Have we run out of iron parts? Yes. We just produced some iron parts. So now it should be able to build. Okay. We actually start... They gave us all the starting resources needed just to finish the tutorial. What are these things? Manual work, intellectual work, creative work. Oh. So to build something, it takes all 3 types of work. Okay. We've got 79 people on the train. This is starting to feel very ant colony. Right? If you have an ant farm, it's like watching this. Never had one myself, but I kind of always wanted one as a kid. So why is this... Oh, I think this just doesn't have the ore. Yeah, resources, like no resources. Okay. So we're currently just mainly short on iron parts, which are produced not here. These are gears. Okay. Warehouse gears. Oh, this never got built. How do I cancel this? Can I delete it? Cutting workshop. Building is possible, but the conditions for construction are not met. It hasn't received any stuff. I think I've built it in a weird spot. Building, demolish. I don't know how to demolish, like remove a blueprint. Oh, there you go. I got it. Okay. Yes. So I needed to build a production cutting workshop like there. Sure. That makes more sense. Nighttime is a bit too dark right now. I think nighttime should be made brighter. Oh, all these blocks cost money as well. Cost those things. which will eat into our ability to get through all of this. But we should eventually. It's been about a week in game. So in terms of these parts, was it the press? What made the parts? Forge? Iron parts, copper parts. Iron parts. Copper parts. Okay, we do need both, I think. And this takes the different types of workforce as well. Okay. So are we just short on ore? Yes, I think. So what we actually need is like another miner's house. That's not supported there. Because I think we just don't have the resources. I think we focus on iron and copper for this one. Just make sure those two ores come in properly. Okay, so we're sort of making our way up this chassis, but we don't have any copper parts as well. Also, these plates, the plates I assume come from, is it the foundry? No, it's not the foundry. It's not the forge workshop. It was the press for this. Iron ingots, iron plates. Oh, there's 200 iron plates sitting here. Do we actually need... There was a... Not a cleaner station. A carrier station? I think we need another carrier station. Because we're not moving stuff around fast enough. I'm just running it at max speed to see where the things are. No storage space for products. Did I not make... Oh, I never made storage space. Oh, okay, okay. I did forget. It did say to make storage space for something. Can't remember exactly what it was, but let's put 2 of these down. Was it... iron plates? And planks? But it takes iron plates to build warehouses. I may have jumped the gun on a number of these things. This is gold ingots. Let's put iron plates here. Does that mean we can then move the iron plates into here? Okay. And then once... Yeah, I think they're not... Those parts came in. Are we not storing copper parts? No, we have space for copper parts. This is surprisingly difficult to complete the engine in a train game. Like... Just getting the train moving is a goal of mine right now. And it's just... I don't have enough resources to get there. I mean, it's slowly coming along, but... Okay, those plates were delivered. Because I wanted to... Yeah, iron plates I wanted to store here. And I wanted to change this back to... What was this holding? Gold ingots. Okay, that's coming through. Okay, that's coming through. Oh, the carrier station needs... planks. Oh, these also need planks. Oh, that's what's been... My failed plank cutting workshop is what... No space for resources. Logs. This needs... I think I missed a step. Let's put logs in here. Where's logs? Okay. So because this cutting workshop never got built, I don't have planks. But the logs need to be stored here as well. Warehouse gears. The need for a separate warehouse for every single resource is a lot because you see how many resources there are. That's what threw me off. Like, I don't know if I can build this here. Okay, the cutting workshop is now cutting logs. What were these? Planks and warehouses. Planks and iron plates are supposed to go here. So now that we're producing planks, this now has wood in here. It's producing planks. So I can now store the planks. Because I don't think the workers can grab the finished products from the workshops. They have to be stored first. So I actually need like another... I need one more of these here somewhere. Like here. Draft impossible. Okay, we can't put it there. I need wood stored somewhere. This can hold logs. Okay. Just so there's a spot for them. Because that needs to be gold ingots. Are we producing planks? Where's planks? There. It says 75, so we should be producing this. Okay, planks are now being stored, and now they can be delivered. Another carrier station. Okay, so that should now get planks delivered here. Very good. Oh, finally, we're making some progress. Okay, so now these planks... If this plank storage here... Whereas planks, okay, whereas iron plates, so now I can switch this back to... It was... gold ingots. Okay. I finally got the planks being produced. And now we need copper parts. So assembly workshop, no, it was foundry, no, it was forge. Produce copper parts. And I do have a storage for copper parts. Okay, everything's finally coming together. there's 68 there. So we need to... Okay. Can go back to producing both copper and iron parts. Okay. You have to go clear across the city for these goods. It would take all day. I'm trying to get another miner's house to make sure some more ore comes in, but this ladder's not finished either because it needs planks. Are we producing planks? Yes, it should be. I assume this number is 50 a day. 50 last day. Oh, in the last day we produced that much. Logs, they're stored here. It's a bit weird because the woodcutters here. I know I have built this kind of weird. Maybe I should have extended the platform back one more time. But the tutorial like had us put the planks all the way over this side. And then getting this engine running as well. This is kind of a bizarre experience. So I know this is an early demo, so things would likely change in the future. But this is sort of advertising itself as moving train, city building, colony sim type of stuff. And the difficulty of getting the train moving is kind of crazy. Look at the resources needed for here. We need 200. Do we have furniture? Okay, we can produce furniture. Do I have storage for furniture? I have no storage for furniture. Like, I need even more storage for furniture. So I need to put another one of these for furniture. Okay. I don't think I need to store any other of these things. I have no storage for clay. I have no employees. So I need a storage unit for clay as well. Clay. Okay. Like, my population is growing. So, like, people aren't dying or anything. They are maintaining. When does the city start? The city has started. But right now, it's just a colony sim city builder. The train doesn't really factor into it until we can actually get it built. But also, like, where are my copper parts going? See, I need 60 copper parts for this chassis, right? So where are the copper parts? So I'm producing the copper parts here. It says there's 36 copper parts in this assembly workshop. It's telling me that... Okay, we just got 60 copper parts stored and then immediately taken out. So there's still another 56 copper parts here. But, so 30 was delivered. Those are waiting on planks. So 30 was delivered. So, like, it's just a little hard to tell why the copper parts aren't moving. Because I have enough here. They're in the assembly workshop. Like it says that. 56 are sitting there. So we know it needs to be stored. The copper parts storage is directly below. So what is, like, how do I make the copper parts move? So I have all this. Like, do I just need so many more carriers? Like, there, I'll build 3 more carriers. Because our population continues to grow. These seem cheap enough to produce. Okay. So I now have a bunch more carriers. So the copper parts were taken out of the assembly workshop. But where did they go? This is mining iron and copper. Everything else has been built. Aren't I using the copper parts for something else? What am I using the copper parts for? No, right? The copper parts aren't part of an ingredient. Oh, wait. I am looking at it wrong. This is the gear production, which is consuming copper parts. This is where we produce copper parts. Okay, so I'm looking at it a bit wrong. The gear workshop is it consuming all? How many gears do we have? We have 130 gears. So if I stop producing gears, looking at parts here. So there's 24 copper parts in the forge workshop right now. 6 have been delivered. Your production is minus 92. Guessing not enough is the math. Why is it minus 84? What is using copper parts? Is the minus 84 based on the amount of construction that needs to be done? No, because that takes 300. This takes 50. This takes another 24. Where? I think the number is just how many we used yesterday. So it goes by day. So yeah, let me focus on just producing copper parts. So that produced some. So the confusing thing for me is there's 36 copper parts, 40 now, sitting in this forge workshop. If it was to put into storage, it's directly next to it. Right? So storage is not far. We're getting up to 50 here. This has not received any copper parts in a while. Like, why is no one bringing these copper parts and putting it into storage? Like, it just... We've got plenty now. I'm gonna go back to producing both. Oh! That dropped it. Was that what that tip was for? Turning it off and turning it on again to drop the resource and then they go... Why is that how that works? I remember that tip. Remember that tip where they said, oh, turn the production off and turn it back on so it drops the resource onto the ground and that makes the carriers move it. But why aren't the carriers just coming here? Like, so see here, there's 25 iron parts, right? I'm gonna zoom in on this. This is the forge workshop. There's 25 iron parts. If I turn it off and turn it back on again, the iron parts are now items on the ground, iron parts. And then the carriers prioritize it more about grabbing the resource and putting it in here. There's the 25, and then it can be used. But why, like, do the carriers only come and grab it if the bar is full? Like, does it only spit it out when the bar is full? Because that's very strange. So we finally built the chassis because I spat out the copper parts. Okay. So yeah, bam. By doing that, it spits out 25 copper parts ready to be used. That is weird. Like, why don't the carriers just take what has been produced? That's why I'm looking at these resources. Look, there's 50 iron parts currently sitting in this forge workshop. And I think the carriers can't access that until the workshop spits out the resource. And it only spits out the resource when the... Oh no, there, they took it. They just took it. Maybe at 100? Yeah, they took it all at 100. But you see here, this is 28. So maybe the carriers can't access it until it hits 100? That's why if you look at the miner's house, see all of these resources are sitting in the miner's house. But I assume once copper ore crosses 100, someone comes to take it. They only touch it when it crosses 100. There's a minimum carry limit for, well, minimum grab limit. Oh, okay. That explains it. So the engine, driver's cabin, okay. But look how many resources we need to build this. The furniture's in, that's great. Glass, am I even producing glass? I'm not producing glass. So I'm gonna need a storage place for glass. I never demolished the resource pile. How do I... building, production. No? Extraction? Where do we produce glass? Foundry. We need to produce some glass. But what gets turned into glass? Gem ore? I think gem ore... Oh yeah, costs glass. So gem ore gets turned into glass. Okay. So that's why we turned on gem ore, and then we can now produce glass. In terms of doing that. So if I do... If I... Okay, yeah. Produce 40 glass, please. Thank you. Understanding how carriers can only access these resources when they cross 100 units helps explain a lot of things. How much glass do we need? Another 40. Yes. Okay, we still need lots of everything. So I turned off gears. Do we need gears? We have another 80. 100 was put into there, but we don't need gears anymore. So I'll leave gears off. Anything we don't need, I'll just disable. In terms of glass, we're just producing one more round here. And then I'm going to go for iron and copper ingots, because those are used for producing these parts. So I'll stop producing gold ingots, and we're not doing glass anymore. So you see there's 76 copper parts here. So yeah, as soon as it hits 100, it gets dumped out, and then the carriers can grab it. There goes a bunch. Okay. Ceramics. I have no storage for ceramics. We need more storage. Let's pop there. This is going to be ceramics. Because I have the ceramics workshop. And see, yeah, this is holding on to 200 ceramics. It just, there's nowhere to store it, so... Okay. The UI is constantly moving. I mean, I'm not going to judge what is very clearly a temporary UI. So that's fine. That's fine. It's the certain things like carriers not being able to access resources until it crosses 100. Oh, we actually have tons of iron ingots. We have tons of ingots. I didn't even realize. So yeah, you can produce gold ingots. That's fine. The forge workshop is what, like, is something holding us back? Clean water? Are we just really short on clean water? Like, should I be building a new... I've actually filled up a lot of stuff. Oh, I think clean water is what's holding us back. This is relatively cheap to produce, so that's okay. Iron parts. Forge workshop. So, yeah, once this pops out, there goes another 100. Let's pop out those copper parts. That's a very weird thing that we need to do. So we've crossed an hour of gameplay, and although I have, like, made a few mistakes, I am running the game on max speed to try and get this built. And it's coming along, it's getting there, but like, this takes 850 iron parts. I want to see this train move. I want to see it go. But it is very strange that it's so hard to make it go. It's so hard. Like, our population has gone up to about 150, now down to 140. There's also, as far as I can tell, there's no way to prioritize. Yeah, I don't think there's currently a how to prioritize. Because, like, I would prioritize building this water gatherer's house. But also, like, we have 300 planks in storage. Oh, but this can't be built until this gets built. And this requires 5 iron parts. But no iron parts are being delivered to this block because they're all being delivered to these. And I don't think I can prioritize building this. So we can't build this one block, so we can't build this water gatherer's house, which needs 32 iron parts anyway. Okay, so the whole thing is about getting these parts out. Let's drop another 75 there. So ingots are fine. We're not doing gears. We don't need gears. We are still producing planks. This is filled with ingots. It doesn't have clean water. So clean water can't keep up in the forge, which is holding back the parts. Where's no employees in the water gatherer's house? So this says about 720 per day, but I assume people drink it as well. Hygiene's really down. Oh, because the shower would need clean water as well. Almost. We've almost built the engine. But this main front part. Okay, we can see stuff building up here. Like, we can see that the ingots have really come through. So, in terms of producing the ingots, does this use... This uses coal, so this is not consuming water, so I don't have to disable that. This demo, I'm starting to feel like this demo ends because the train doesn't move yet. I have a feeling that's the case. So they've made it quite a journey to building the driver's cabin. But also, like, this does still feel like it's part of the tutorial. But also it says the map is not available in this version. Right? So I would assume, like, does the guide say anything about moving? I don't know if this train can move. An interesting scenario we've got here. So we can pop out a few more resources there. What this game really needs is prioritizing. Like, can I prioritize building certain things? Oh, this block did finally get built. Then we need, like, more iron parts here. Which we do get, but they're being, like, split evenly or randomly between what needs to be built. But also, I feel like we have so many people, but, like, a lot of things don't work. Like, someone works here. Like, money is being sent to the assembly workshop, even though we're not producing anything. The salary is 11 coins per hour, so I'm paying someone to do nothing here. There's no... I can freeze it. I think that's frozen. I think I've successfully frozen this. It's like, if I turn this on. Yeah, it's now frozen. So that is set to produce, but with the building frozen, I assume that means it's not paying the salary either. Okay. That saves me 11 coins. In terms of this. Okay. That's got 10 now. Like, it's coming along. Like, it is getting there. So I'm just making sure this is producing. Okay, it's got clean water. 32. So this uses 3 clean water. Okay, there's the 100 iron parts, which then get grabbed. Okay. Two copper parts, and then we can build the engine. That'd be nice. I really do want to finish the train engine because I feel like that's kind of... We've been here for a year? How long is a year? 1 year is 20 days. Okay. I was like, did I lose track of time? We've been here for a whole year! And we can't get the train to start. Like, I would, like, if I were to, for example, build another forge workshop. Like, I don't know if that would really solve the problem, because we're churning through clean water quite a bit. Surprisingly, no one's dying yet. Okay, we're finally getting the water gatherer house going. So we can increase our ability to make more water, which should stabilize the forge production. It takes a lot of effort to make these. The copper parts require creative work, but a lot less manual work. This is all at game speed 10x to try and build this. I am so curious if this train actually moves. I'm very curious about this. Drop the copper parts. Come on, I just dropped 25 copper parts, which didn't get delivered straight away. If 2 end up in this engine... Oh, we can build the engine! Yes. So then at least we've only got 1 thing left to build. We have an engine. It actually paused the game to tell us. So now, you know, I don't think I can wait that long. Like 850 iron parts. Like that's insanely high considering there's not much else for us to do. Like, because if I wanted to build one of these, it would take 30 to 60 iron parts and 20 copper parts. So even if I place another forge workshop, it might be forever before I get it running, because like the water carrier, the water gatherer, we can't prioritize its construction. I could have put 2 storage units there. Like, it's getting there. But like, there's actually nothing else for us to do until this gets built. So my number 1 feedback for this game would be halve the cost of this stuff. Like, the objective above is prepare the train for the journey, complete the cabin. Like, I understand that this, like, okay, you want it to be, like, kind of pricey and stuff, sure. But, like, until the train moves at this point, there's, like, actually nothing else for us to do. Because, like, if we were to continue building, it would just slow down how fast we're building the cabin. Because anything we would build costs the same resources. So yeah, we produce like 50 iron parts per day based on this. And it says we made no copper parts in the last day. I assume it's trying to produce them evenly. Okay. Got a nice chunk there. Because, like, these plates, why do we have so many of these plates? I mean, this was like, plates are like an overabundance. We have 375 plates in storage. So, like, it really feels like we should have 2 forge workshops for these parts. Like, this is producing 4 copper parts. 4? Like, it produces 25 iron parts, but copper parts are like 4 a cycle, which is not great. No, it's doing iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, copper. It's going between the two. $600. So let's see. If I were to, for example, turn off copper part production, just focus on iron parts for a day, kind of thing. Because we need like 250. I'm assuming some will be delivered here. Okay, there we go. 709. Okay, so we need another 141. So checking here, iron parts. We produced 150 in the last day. Okay, water supply is stable. So really, this is the bottleneck. So we made 175 of these in the last day. So this will drop 100. And then we need another 2 cycles. So this is 100. So yeah, external workers, they come and deliver coins. Okay. We're actually really rich. So we produce that, and then 1 more cycle of this, and I switch it to copper parts. Okay, so that should be enough iron parts to actually supply everything needed for here. And then we just need copper parts. And then we can finally build the driver's cabin, which is, as far as I can tell, the end of the tutorial. Surely we have enough iron parts. Almost there. I'm sure I counted that correctly. Are we short 1 cycle? Maybe we're short 1 cycle. Garbage is just piling up. See, like, the tutorial doesn't cover, like, what to do with garbage or dirty water or anything. Like, our storage for that stuff has filled up. Yeah, I think we got to do 1 more cycle of this. We'll produce another 25 iron parts. Drop one on the ground. Do copper, please. So there's the 25. It was grabbed. So they grabbed all 25. Wait, did I? Did that go down? Or was I just seeing it wrong? I might have been seeing it wrong because I'm just staring at a lot of stuff on the screen. Gonna pop those resources out. Okay, so that means we need to do 2 more cycles of the iron parts. The copper parts were delivered. 2 more cycles of iron parts, and we can actually build the cabin. Come on. This is 1 cycle. No, not copper. And then I'll drop it at 50, and that should actually be enough. Okay, 50 iron parts are there. They'll be put into this warehouse, and then they're grabbed. I don't know where that remaining 4 went. We can build the cabin. Build it. Build it. Build it. Our garbage train maybe can finally move. I see massive potential in this game, but like the journey to just getting the train to move right now was kind of insane. Like the bones of this game are here, but it's like you can see how the resource balancing is kind of all over the place. We've got infinite iron ingots, tons of iron, like copper ingots. But like, what do we do with waste? Like, I don't even know if there's other things that we should be building. We can place windows. Build a window. Do that. This is coming along. We're doing the work. Like, as far as I can tell, there was nothing else we should have been doing. Like, maybe we could have built a second forge workshop before going for building all the stuff. I did mess up the cutting workshop. I thought it was built, but it wasn't. So I messed that up a little bit. But also, we just used, like, I just gained some iron parts, and they're being used. Where are my parts going? Is there something else that's consuming parts? The furniture workshop. The furniture workshop consumes parts. I had no idea. So a lot. That's why my math was wrong. A lot of the iron parts were coming into the furniture workshop. Okay. But what's using the copper parts? Because I'm sure I saw that go down. No? Nothing's using the copper parts. Just the furniture workshop. Okay. How much furniture do I have? I have 421 furniture. Freezing the furniture workshop. This is finally being built. There we go. Okay. Is this the end of the demo? / early build? The train is ready for travel. Unfortunately, the demo is over. Okay. So it is a weird setup to have this demo, which is a moving train builder. But the moving part is not in the demo. Yeah, this could, like, what the sheep JD says. This game has massive potential. I really like how it looks. Continue the game. I really like how it looks. The pixel art is great. I'd love to see it in motion. But the demo, where the demo is to build the driver's cabin, makes sense for an early demo because, okay, yeah, you want to show, like, entice people that, okay, we want to build up to the moving, and then, not quite. Okay, gotta get the game to continue playing. Sure, I get that. But I think they increased the cost of the driver's cabin to extend the length of the demo, because it's taken us an hour and a half to build that. But for about 45, 50 minutes was literally just waiting at 10x speed to get these parts. It would have gone a bit faster if I disabled my furniture workshop. True. I didn't realize that was consuming things. Like, you could probably get this demo done in like an hour, but you would still spend like half an hour waiting for the driver's cabin to be built. Like, for this demo, before, like, if it goes public, there should be something else to do besides waiting for this to be built. There also does seem to be some, I don't know, maybe it's how I set things up, resource balance options. Oh, 2 people did actually die as well. Our food level's low, hygiene's level low, because I wasn't really paying attention to stuff. Somehow, health is still high. Is everyone's health still high? 2 people are dead, so 2 people have 0 health. But yeah, this was a weird demo, because the whole premise of this game is that the train moves. And even if there was nothing to do once the train moves, I think the demo should end with the train taking off, and then we are moving. But then there's nothing left to do. Like, you could keep playing sort of thing, but it's like that's the end of the content. I feel like that should be the end of the demo, where the train actually does take off. And then we're moving through the countryside, and like everything's going, and that's where the content ends. That feels like a better end point for a demo like this, because the whole point is to move. Also, I would halve the cost of the driver's cabin, or quarter the cost of the driver's. Remove 25% of the cost of the driver's cabin and engine. That would feel a bit better. You know, there can be no events or anything particular to do once the train is moving, because that should be the end of the demo. But like, at least we get to see the train moving. That would be good. But anyway, that was an early demo build of Steel Artery. It calls itself a train city builder. I would personally call it a train colony sim. I really like the look. I really like the idea. Demo should be a bit different. But I'll keep an eye on this one. I hope you found this interesting and or useful either way. And I will see you in the next video.